What's up, traders? Welcome to my Sunday weekly outlook. I hope you guys are all having a great or had a great weekend. Just want to remind you to like this video, please, guys. If you're watching this live or recorded, just go ahead and smash that like button real quick before we get started. I'm going to do my best to deliver as much value as I can on today's weekly outlook. I know a lot of you guys have been following along in Telegram, and I just want to give you guys an update of where we're at with everything. So let's jump into everything. Just as far as quick announcements go, very quickly. I know I don't really ever have announcements, but I do have one announcement. You guys might have seen on social media that I am starting a 6-week boot camp. I'm taking 20 people and beginning next Saturday, June 22nd, for a total of 6 weekends. I'm going to be doing like a boot camp style training. It's going to be broken up into 2 parts each day. It's going to be a total of 12 days. First part of the day is going to be a lesson by myself, and then second part of each day is going to be a discussion, Q&A, and then going through homework that I have built into the entire course. So I have about 15 spots filled currently, so I have a couple spots left. So this announcement that if you want to be involved in that, go ahead and send me a message on social media. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this week's outlook. If you guys have any questions while we're going through this live, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I'll get to you. If you're watching this recorded, even, you can just go ahead and watch it in the or put a question if you have any questions in the comments. So let's go ahead and jump into things, guys. I'm not really sure where is. Oh, it's also, by the way, happy Father's Day. That's probably why there's not a lot of people in here live right now. So happy Father's Day. I know there's a lot of things that you guys could be doing besides watching this right now. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this. All right. So I'm going to make today's weekly outlook not very long. It's going to be just very straight to the point. All right. So as far as the economic calendar goes for this week, there's a lot of news. I'm not going to sit here and go over everything, but just a couple of the key things that I want to point out is Wednesday. All right, we have the Federal Reserve meeting. All right, so there's going to be an FOMC statement being released, as well as an interest rate decision. So you guys know the Federal Reserve, they call it the federal funds rate. So most likely they're going to be keeping interest rates the same. It's not forecasted for them to change them right now, but the statement is really what we want to be looking for. There is also an interest rate decision from for the pound from the UK on Thursday. All right, so that's something to keep in mind. And then that's pretty much the only 2 things that I really want to point out. Okay, there's other red folders, like you can even see just tomorrow. There's going to be a lot. Also, there's going to be Mario Draghi from the ECB speaking. There's going to be some monetary policy meeting minutes released for the Australian dollar. So yeah, there's quite a bit of high impact news this week, but just keep in mind the 2 interest rate decisions for the week. All right. So like I said, I'm going to keep everything very quick today, or to the short and to the point, because today is Father's Day and I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. But long story short, if you guys have been paying attention, and if you haven't, or if you've, maybe this is your first time seeing some content from me, I highly recommend that you watch at least last week and the week before last. So the most 2 recent videos that are on my channel before this one, watch those 2 videos, and I really go in depth and I break down Euro USD. I talked about the fundamentals. So, I'm not going to just repeat myself again for like another 20 minutes. So just go ahead and watch the recording. But yeah, so everybody pretty much knows my bias of Euro USD. If you've watched those 2, or even if you didn't watch those and you've just been in my Telegram group, I posted this inside a Telegram, as well as like all over social media recently. This was actually the beginning of last week. So if you see the date, this is dated last Sunday, June 9th, okay? And this is Euro USD, and I called it the big long. Any of you guys, if you want to look at this for yourself, you can go right on to just TradingView. You can search my username. It's right here. It's just my first and last name. You can follow me, and this is on there. And you can see, it might be hard, obviously, if you're on your phone, but if you're on your computer, it's going to be easier to see. If you see where my cursor is right now, I drew a little arrow. This is the weekly chart, by the way, of Euro USD. So this is a major swing trade, okay? and I drew a little arrow point going down. So I thought there was going to be basically all last week downside, which there was. We're going to look at in just a moment. And then it would go down to an area where I'd take a buy on Euro USD, and you can see that. I don't know if it's going to get all the way up to 120, but this is just my conservative target. So something like this. And I can even press play right here. And you can see Euro USD did drop, okay? So, basically free money in the market last week. If any of you guys were following, like so this is the line that was on last week's Outlook when I did last week's Outlook, and I said that Euro USD would drop. So, there's really not a whole lot to say, really, because if you, like I said, if you've been following along and with my weekly outlooks, then you'll know exactly what I'm thinking. And so this week, me and my students, we're going to be taking buys on Euro USD very soon. You can actually see just from the correction that it made, it went past the 50% retracement level, which initially was where I was interested in beginning to look for buys. So, I mean, it's not far off from the 50% retracement level. So yeah, I mean, this is my buy zone for Euro USD, okay? So USD Swiss franc, I'm looking at USD Swiss franc doing the opposite, right? I'm looking at USD Swiss franc moving lower. So I believe USD Swiss franc will continue to drop. Dollar yen, this is another pair that I'm very interested in getting into. It looks nice on the daily here. It also looks really nice on the 4-hour. You can see a really textbook bear flag being created, and it's been here for a while. So these are really the two trades that I'm really focused on right now, is a buy on Euro USD and a sell on dollar yen. Okay, so buy on Euro dollar, sell on dollar yen, okay? And that's really keeping today's webinar short and sweet, okay? I think the dollar index is going to continue to break down lower. All right, I think dollar index is going to break down, and as that happens, Euro USD will go higher, okay? This is my prediction. All right, I can't stress it enough. By the way, I just have a disclaimer now in the description. I don't say the disclaimer anymore, so if you guys are wondering why I don't say it anymore, just kind of got a little bit redundant, so I just put it in the description now. All right, but this is just my opinions. Keep that in mind. But yeah, this is what I think is going to happen, guys. I think this is the best risk to reward that we can get for swing trades, and that's really it. I don't really see many people on here today. I think it's because it's Father's Day, so I'm just going to end it here. I don't want to make the replay very long, but again, I have a couple spots open for my 6-week boot camp. If any of you guys are interested in, I see actually Samir, you said can't wait for this boot camp. Yeah, Samir, you are already one of the people that are in there. Got your spot locked in. So yeah, that's going on. And if you can't make this 6-week boot camp, guys, I'm going to be doing them more in the future. I really want to start to transition to doing like in-person and online classes with people. I think that's kind of where my specialty is hands-on teaching with people, rather than just like shoving recorded videos in front of people's face, which 99% of people won't even go through in the first place. So doing something hands-on with people is a lot better, in my opinion. People are a lot more receptive to that type of learning most of the time. So yeah, that going on. But yeah, capitalize on Euro USD, guys. Capitalize on dollar yen. Holy cow, dollar yen looks like so nice for a short this week. It could pull back a little bit higher. It could go back up. It could go all the way up to 109 first. This is something I talked about with my students at the end of last week. But overall, dollar yen will continue to go down lower. That's almost guaranteed. All right. So have a very safe trading week, guys. Make sure if you're entering any trades to use proper risk management. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw questions in my Telegram channel, or send me a question personally. But other than that, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Take care, everybody.